everybody.
Hello!
We're here today to tell you about pet odours on your carpets. It's a common thing, especially when if you've got a young puppy or a young kitten, they're just learning and they have an accident on your floor. And that is something that I've got a third grandbaby at the moment and she is still learning.
Mm-hmm.
So weeing on your carpet is going to happen at some point.
That's right.
Is there anything we can do to get that pet odour out of our carpet?
You know, that's interesting. I would like to give it a bit more context and then we can talk about how to remove that, right? So, pet accidents, pet stains on carpets in particular, but of course it can happen on other surfaces as well, is a very common problem, and people are not aware about how big the problem is until they got odours that come from the carpet. So let's talk about what caused the odours and how that whole process is, how it happens and why it happens. So let's move into understanding the urine that leaves the pet's body. Right. First of all, the urine that leaves any animal or a human is actually sterile, and there's nothing terribly wrong with that. There's no bacteria as such when it leaves the body. So when it leaves the body, it goes onto the carpet, say in this example, and then it starts to dry. But in that process, bacteria starts to come to break down that urine. And as the bacteria breaks down the urine, they off-gas in the process. Now that is basically their process of breaking down the salts and the minerals and things in the urine. And the smell that comes from that's actually the bacteria that's basically breaking down the urine.
So it's not actually the pet odour,
no.
It's actually just
the bacteria that breaks it down to cause the smell.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, and then also when the urine is leaving the body, it is acidic, right? And it is slightly acidic, and it would be on the carpet, and then as the bacteria breaks the salts and minerals and things down in the urine, the gas that they off-gas is actually alkaline, and this is why that whole urine remaining then smell and also turn alkaline. And if it turns alkaline, quite a bit, and that's what caused the damage to the carpet, especially wool carpets in particular. This is why you see the yellow marks.
And that's why it's so hard to get a stain of the pet urine out of your carpet.
You struggle really hard to get the stain out of the carpet.
Is there anything that we can do?
You know what, there is actually. I mean, of course, you need to realize you deal with more than just the stain. Right, I've got a little carpet here. So this is a piece of carpet, which is a little rough cut of old carpet that I wish to bring to you today and share with you that when the urine goes down, you might see a small little mark like that. Small puppy, just like you said earlier, you've got a small puppy. Small little mark goes down and you look at it and it looks small. In this case, this is synthetic carpet. So a lot of the liquid will soak right through this into the backing of the carpet and leave you with a big ring at the back. So you deal with a small spot at the back up front, but a massive thing which you don't see at the back. And all those salts and crystals and bacteria and everything sits at the back of the carpet. So if you treat the stain only, you will probably deal only with 10% of the problem. Whereas if you have a pet stain, we have got special tools that we will then be able to allow to extract more of that urine. So what we usually do is use a mixture of something that can treat the urine. We pour the liquid down to the same volume or more of what urine we suspect it was, and then neutralize it and use a claw to extract that out of the carpet so that you rinse that urine salts and everything out of the area.
Alright.
So that's connected to the hose that sucks, and we pour the cleaning solution down and put that on the carpet, and that sucks it out. Now that also moves us to sometimes there's pet stains but you don't see them on the carpet. So for that reason, if you do again the close-up shot, I have this UV light. So this UV light, I don't know if you can see, so there you see that's a purple light. That shows up any marks of urine very easily on a carpet. I doubt we'll see anything here, but you can see just so the little spots there is normal to see in the carpet, but you will notice a bright light standing out if there's a pet odor, which is more visible, and then you can treat that in that spot. But usually you'll have many different spots of it.
So if you've got a smell that you've got coming and you don't know where it's coming from because you can't see anything,
yes,
the only way to do it would be with a UV
UV light, and that's not always guaranteed, but you get a good shot at seeing where the problem lies so that you can treat that problem. It's also, I would advise, if that's the case and you call us at Art of Clean, to tell us, listen, I've got urine spots, please ensure that the person coming brings the UV light so that we can see where the marks are and we can deal with them in the right way. So make us aware that you have a carpet that has got some smell. We've had a client that called us up, they lived at the house a few years and they wanted to clean the lounge carpet, and everything was okay, and we ended up cleaning the lounge carpet, and the smell that came from that was just totally overpowering.
Oh, really?
So we thought, oh God, they must have had some pets here, so let's go and treat the pet stains. But there were so many of them that we just couldn't. We tried, and the smell was just totally overpowering. So that can also happen sometimes.
So sometimes you just won't be able to.
You just won't be able to. It's luckily extremely rare that sort of thing happens, but it can happen. And there comes a point when, because the urine soaks right into the underlay as well, and you cannot get the liquid into the underlay. So that's why that is a big problem. And also, you cannot guarantee the pet might not go back there. So that's also something to consider.
Okay.
So for carpets, the best is treat it early. If you realize there's a problem, don't wait too long, and then it helps you to get on top of it and train the pet not to go back there.
Yeah.
But that's just going to happen.
Yeah, in time.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Pierre.
No problem.
If you need anything else, you just give us a shout. We're on the other end of the phone. We're always there to help. So take care. Have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you.